Coach start off with an opening statement, and we'll open it up for questions.
Welcome everybody. Really exciting time of year. It seems like it came fast. We had a lot of work to put in from January until now, building a team, building camaraderie, building teammates, working on the kids physically. Really want to thank Zach and Andrew and the boys for the work they've done to get the team looking like it does now. We look like a completely different team than we did in January. There's a lot of new faces, guys getting to know each other, but physically the team looks a lot different than it did 4 or 5 months ago, and the culture of the team feels a lot better than it did 4 or 5 months ago. So we've made a lot of strides. Looking forward to seeing how well we can compete with what we have. It's kind of cool. We're kind of starting at go. Almost a completely new team, not a lot of expectations, and I really like taking off from that place. I think our guys have a little bit of chip on their shoulder and are anxious to get to work so they can prove to people that they're better than what people are expecting, and that's going to be the challenge for us. It's not going to be easy in this league. There's a lot of parity in this league, a lot of good teams and good coaches, but looking forward to competing with this group of guys.
Coach, I know you got a long way to go, camp and whatnot, but what does success look like in year one for you at UCF, or second stint year one?
Yeah, success is progress. Sometimes it happens slower than you want, sometimes it happens faster than you want. Last time I was here, it happened a lot faster than I think even we expected. But we have a saying around here that is still up on the walls when I got back from the first time, rise and conquer. And to the kids, that means rise up every day, try to be the best you can be that day and conquer the challenges in front of you, and then go to bed and try to wake up and be even better than that the next day. So it's got to be daily progress for us. We've made up a lot of ground, but still have a ways to go, and we need to continue to rise and conquer every day.
Scott, you mentioned the culture aspect of this team with so many newcomers. What did you guys do in the offseason to help build that culture, to help keep that team chemistry going together? I know you did something called the program. What was that about, and what are some of the other ways you guys maybe work to build the culture that you want to see?
Yeah, we've done a lot of things. We've been very intentional with trying to build relationships in team. It's hard to make the team bigger than yourself when you don't have a good team. The program was a huge part of it. Eric Kapitulik, that runs the program, is a good friend of mine, and I think that kind of jump-started us to push it in that direction. But I mean, it's been everything from getting the guys in small groups with people they don't know and having little competitions to in team meetings calling somebody up front and asking the team to tell me their name. When you have 70 new players, there's still guys in our meeting rooms that don't know who somebody else in the room is, and you know it's really hard to build a team when you have a collection of new guys. I hate to call it this, but a collection of mercenaries to some degree, because guys are getting paid now and some of them are here for those reasons. I think the teams that are going to be able to rise above that and make team the most important and bring guys together are going to be even more successful. I think that's even more important than it used to be. It's even harder than it used to be, but even more important now.
Coach, you mentioned the preparation up to this point, kind of look back a bit. The team looks different physically and a lot of other things like that. But so what, in your mind, as you start to really ramp up to get into actual football, what's the biggest change in these practices that are coming up versus what you were doing this past spring?
We spent a lot of time with the guys, as much as we could legally, through spring and summer with our team. So we've covered a lot of ground from an X's and O's standpoint, from technique standpoints, with things that we were able to do. We tried to get enough work in through winter, spring, and summer that we can just really focus on fine-tuning now. We're going to go back through installs on both sides of the ball and make sure guys are really familiar, but we'll turn our attention to game one pretty quick. And really it's just sharpening the spear now. A lot of tackling drills to make sure we do that well, a lot of blocking drills to make sure we do that well. And we got to get a feel for actually operating as if it's a game situation, not a practice situation. So we still have a lot more ground to cover, but I feel like we've covered a lot of ground already through the things we've been able to do in the spring and summer.
Is it safe to say that it's more of a mental aspect to these practices versus previously?
I wouldn't say that. I think it's both physical and mental. You know, we still got to round them off into game shape. We still got to get used to executing at the speed that we need to. But a lot of the knowledge that sometimes you have to wait until camp to get introduced to the guys is already there. So we'll continue that side of it and then make sure that physically and from an operational standpoint, we try to get as sharp as we can leading into the first game.